It is Independence Day, and I decided to crack open a beer to actually share with you guys here on one of the live streams. Don't know if you're around or not. You might be out watching fireworks, but if you are around and you want to check out about this beer, I'm going to be looking at the James E. Pepper. Talk about timing, 1776 Stout. Now this one comes in at 12.5% ABV. It is actually done by the Georgetown Trading Company, and it is an ale, big imperial stout ale, aged in rye whiskey barrels, so aged in oak. And this one is actually designed to last up to 5 years as it will develop in the bottle. Probably could go even longer than that, but April 2018 is when it was done and completed. So I still got time. If I wanted to wait another 3 years, I still be in good shape with this baby. So we're going to get this baby cracked open. Cheers to Erie. What is going on? Happy 4th to you. Alan said you guys are out back, so I guess you guys are maybe catching some of the fireworks and stuff that are going on there. Right now at my house, fireworks, they're going crazy out back. I live in a town called Independence, so you figure if there's one day that's the most popular day of the year, it is Independence Day. So it's 9:44 right now, and they will be doing that probably for the next 2 hours or so. That's how it usually lasts. They have one of the longest fireworks show I think I've ever seen. We are now in putting blue in the kids' hair. There you go. So nice family time. So yeah, so this is a nice 22-ounce bottle from Georgetown. I think it was Georgetown Trading. I said, yeah, Georgetown Trading Company. Had not heard of them. They actually run a distillery down in Lexington. I think they actually maybe closed at this point. I think they closed down maybe a year or two ago. But this was one that I picked up on one of the places I went to, and yes, it was one of the Rod J deals. And I ended up grabbing like 3 or 4 of these at the time, and looking forward to enjoying it. And of course, having a nice stout around this time of year. Usually better in the evenings. You would not really want to have this too much in the heat of the day. Although you could, if you're a big stout fan like I am. But for a lot of people, it might be a little too hot of a beer for summer type heat. And shout out to Gilbert in the house as well. Good to see you, my friend. And for the grill, good to see you as well. And there we go. Nice dark stout in the glass. Got about a finger of head on there, so I'd open up some foam and get some aromas out of it as well. Nice tan colored head. Get a nice sweetness from the malts coming out. And for the girls, say, hey Rod, may the 4th be with you and you as well, my friend. I thought you could only say that on May 4th, but I guess not. You get the nice nose of the malts. Nice aroma coming out of a little bit of chocolate. You're getting a nice play of like toffee coming out. You're picking up some of the oakiness from the wood. But yeah, that nice sweetness you expect to get for something like this. Now we're down to about a third of a finger or so. Now I have had one of these before. I think I did on one of the Beer Flow shows or one of the other streams. But this one is very smooth. In the mouth, you get a great mouthfeel. Great chocolate sensation from the flavoring from the malts that were used. Nice feel to it. You're getting like a little bit of a creamy type base with it. Really slides down the throat nicely. The after effect of the swallow. I got tones of chocolate right now in the mouth. A nice, well put together beer. Again, the place here, this Georgetown Trading Company, they usually do whiskey as a distillery. I think they're out of Virginia now. The used to be James E. Pepper. Used to be, I think, at Lexington, Kentucky initially, but they made themselves a nice little beer here for sure. You don't get a lot of the heat from the alcohol. I mentioned 12.5% ABV. But I'm not feeling a huge amount of warmth, which is nice. The booziness is really hidden in here. You get a nice sensation of the carbonation on the tongue. Nice prickling taking place. Now this one I took out that I had in the cooler. I think it came out like 38 degrees, but I let it sit out for about 30-35 minutes to get a nice little bit of warmth on it. And it makes it so much smoother. You don't want to drink your stouts really very cold because you're muting the flavors and the aromas. So you want to let them warm up a little. Usually if you're going to drink a stout, you're probably looking in between the 52 to 55, 56 degree range. Some even will drink them a little bit warmer to get all of that out as well. If they're not a beer you're going to drink like a Bud Light or something. Head coach is in the house. Cheers, my man. Good to see you, my friend. Gilbert said, I need the pepper rye. Okay, well this one, you're talking about the whiskey though, right? So I got to see if I can get the whiskey. But this did use, I guess it used the rye barrels because it is aged in rye whiskey barrels. So with them doing it distilling, I bet they use their own barrels there as well. It's got that nice little spice feel to it also. It's got a nice soft appeal to it. Almost to the level of being like that kind of dessert type beer. You know, you could pair this up with a nice piece of like some type of chocolate velvety cake or something, and it would go together well. Totally makes sense. Just let ice cream warm up for a bit so you taste the flavors better. Yeah, you want to get the chill off of it. There's certain styles, and thanks for In For The Grill the other day, I put a thing on there about different temperatures for when you want to drink beers. It's just not one it's not when you drink cold. The reason you drink like the adjunct lagers cold, as cold as you can get them, because honestly they're shit if you let them warm up, right? So you have to drink them ice cold to really do it. They don't age over a period of time of getting warmer like your other beers or the craft beers will. They get worse as they get warmer. So it's all about knowing your beer styles. All right, so it is the whiskey, but beer instead, right? It's a numbing effect on the mouth from the coldness. I really dig this one. I only got like I said, 3 or 4 of them. I got the last ones they actually had, I believe, but if I would have got this one, they had much more there. I would have definitely grabbed more of these to keep in the cellar. It's not very thin. It's got a nice little bit of body to it that you're not getting any type of thinness, of course. I would say it's kind of relative to the 1050 Stout from Oscar Blues. You're kind of looking at a nice body along those lines. Surprisingly, you can get some stouts that will have a kind of a thinning effect. So they'll be more kind of like where they came from as a porter rather than stand out as a stout. This one stands out very nice as a stout. The longer you kind of hold that in the mouth before you swallow, that really builds up the nice after effect and duration of the flavor. Gives it a chance to envelop the mouth, and then when you swallow, the flavors are still left there. If you kind of look at it like if you were having a cigar, before you blow out, you hold it in there, let it get around the mouth, and then blow it out. That's what you would want to do with a beer like this, and then you're left with that nice remnants from the beer. But I'm digging it. This is one that I really, really do like, and wish I would have got more. So I definitely want to see about the whiskey as well, Gilbert, if I see some of that here. This one itself, I'm looking at my Untapped. I'm trying to see if it's still being made out there. Now, the last one I saw, like I said, this is 2018 vintage. The last one I saw was 2019. Let me see if they got anything newer. They do have one that's a regular ale as well, I believe. They had a Belgian triple. A few different other ones they've actually put together. But again, this one I don't think is available at this point. And they, like I said, I think the place they made this at, they may not be making this anymore for all I know. But if they do make it and you do see it, I would definitely say pick it up. if you are indeed a stout fan. This is going down way too easy, by the way, for 12.5%. Just poured some more in there, as you can see. Get the nice bubble action. It does leave a little bit of that lacing on the glass as it goes down. You get the different sizes of the bubbles there too. It's a well-made beer. I'm getting more of that toffee sensation as well since it's been going through, which I'm actually liking as well from the malts. Yeah, this one is going to be, when I put this on Untapped, this one for me is going to be probably a, I'm going to give this one a 4.25 out of 5. It's really, really solid beer. And for the girls that since I've been checking you guys and some of the other beer aficionado channels, I've learned quite a bit actually about beer. Always thought as long as it's cold. Now I'm not so ignorant. Thanks, RJ. Well, we all learn as we go along and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. When we first start drinking beer, it's always cold, right? Because it's usually one of the cheaper type beers, and it's just knowing how to really fully enjoy it. One of the things I did the stream yesterday, and thanks for all you guys that hung in on the stream yesterday. I didn't realize the video was as bad as it was, but everybody kept hanging in. I went back and looked at it afterward. I'm like, man, it was. I don't know what it was. I was here at the house. I was just outside. Never had an issue with the signal before, but it was screwing up. But one of the guys that commented and gave me a tip on another channel to check out for the cigars. And on the cigar channel, she kind of breaks down some different stuff there. I got to see. Let me see who that was here. Pull that up. Because it's like anything, the more you know, the more you can learn and pick up different things. So I was definitely appreciative of that as well. Let me go check out my comments here. See who it was that told me. Yeah, so Martin Comer had told me about one of the channels to check out for cigars, and you know that's what it is. The more you search and you see these other channels, you learn more and it increases your knowledge. So it's always good to see. I like watching other beer people, of course, to see what they're actually talking about as well, because that helps to increase the things that I want to do on the channel. And the channel, if you are into cigars, the channel is called Cigar Vixen. Cigar Vixen, and she does different reviews on cigars and things like that. So I'll be checking her out to get the cigar game up to speed. Cheers to Eclectic Beard in the house. Cheers, homie. Good to see you, brother. Eclectic Beard in the house, chilling. Probably going to catch up with him in a bit, do a little Call of Duty action. Skate, dropping some knowledge bombs, Rod. I was all ears, so thanks. Yeah, it was. I didn't realize it was as blurry until I looked back at it later on, and then I was like thinking I was gonna just take it and make it private, but it's like there were a lot of people that watched it and seemed to like it and stuff, so I left it out there. So if you watch that one, just think of it as a podcast. Just think of it as a podcast, and you can just listen and do what you're doing there. Is mixing having beer with Clamato juice sacrilegious? No, I mean if you're making a Clamato, is Clamato is it Clamato? Is it a Chelada? They do the clam juice with the beer, so yeah. I've actually done one video on the Bud Chelada Clamato, whatever it was. It had like the clam, but it had also like orange or tangerine or something. That's a very interesting type drink, but I know a lot of people that do like those. I was going to do another one at some point, but just hadn't gotten around to it. But I was going to say, anybody else got anything else happening here for today? Here in the States, of course, Independence Day. I know you guys, some of you are in Canada, so you guys already had Canada Day early this week, so it might just be a Saturday night there. I'm just kind of chilling. To me, it's just like, I don't know, just kind of laying back, relaxing. I could go on my back deck and see fireworks, but I'm kind of like, how many times can you see the same thing happen, I guess? So, fireworks just don't amaze me as much anymore. What is going on, Hans G in the house? What is happening, brother? How is it going down there in Florida, my friend? Brews for enjoyment, yes. Hans is down there in the Sunshine State. Of course, they were closing all the beaches last I saw down there for the most part, so I don't know if you can get out there and enjoy the beach or not tonight. But of course, in Miami, you can just go over to Biscayne Bay, too, and just kick back and relax. Some of us celebrate July 4th with you folks. I'm one of, except I'm wearing I am Canadian shirt. That's alright. It's funny, earlier I was eating dinner and I was flipping through the TV to see what was on, and Super Troopers 2 was on, so I was watching part of that, and my wife was like kind of cracking up. She didn't watch it. She liked the first Super Troopers, but she never watched the second one, and she was just like, why are they making so many Canadian jokes there? I was like, well, they're supposed to be in Canada on this one, so. It's going okay, but the virus is getting crazy, and the beaches are closed, and Biscayne Bay might be closed too. Oh, wow. So you can't even go to the bay. Biscayne Bay is a great little spot down there. When I used to travel for work going to Florida, one time I stayed at the Marriott at Biscayne Bay. So I was like on a high rise and overlooking Biscayne Bay. Great view, right there down by where the Heat play basketball. Great stadium, great area. Although if you go a few blocks either way, you might get in trouble in Miami, just saying. But you know, it is what it is. All areas have their stuff. Gilbert says, I celebrate Treason Day. That's funny. And for the girls, that movie was pretty accurate. It was pretty funny with the with Super Troopers 2. It wasn't as good as the first one. Obviously, it's hard to have a sequel match up to the top one. But they had some funny jokes in there and stuff. Hello, Nina. Good to see you. Happy 40th. Happy 4th to you as well. And if you guys haven't checked out Nina, check out Nina as well, who does the beer stuff too. Yes, very beautiful. Biscayne Bay and nice homes. A lot of money being spent in Biscayne Bay, and a lot of the reps I work with had offices right over there too, and some of the financial firms, and it's a nice little spot. Nice little spot. Having a high life, well, champagne of beers. So Nina's enjoying a high life. Very nice. Nothing wrong with that. Chevy Biscayne. Okay, Erie says, now I can type again. So you must have been dealing with the girls then. You're losing a gray in the beard. Did you get the, what color did you say you were doing, Erie? Was it, I'm trying to think. Alan said he did purple before, but I think this was blue. I have to look back up to see. Yeah, blue. So you put the blue in the kid's hair and you're putting it in Alan's beard, I take it? Yep, it is blue. Move down here so we can get hammered every weekend, LOL. Well, even if I did move down there, you're a single guy. I'm a married guy. I can't get hammered every weekend going out. And you get in trouble in Miami for sure. I do love some South Beach though. That was a fun little time when we were down there. We stayed there one vacation there, right off of South Beach, where you walked right out onto the beach, and that was a blast. So we were down there the whole week. If anybody hasn't been to Miami, it's definitely a pretty city to go. Just remember, Miami is like the New York of the South. So bring some dollars, because it will cost you down in Miami. Anybody else sipping on anything? Nina said she was having a high life. I know Gilbert's got something he's probably drinking on, but he didn't say yet. Gray turns blue after 70 with woman. Yeah. Never been. Miami Art Deco is awesome. Yeah, you would love the architecture down there if you're like fans of the Art Deco. Some of the old buildings they have down there, and the construction of them, the look of them. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, I almost feel like I was walking on the set of Scarface at some parts down there on the A1A and down there. So some of the buildings haven't changed since like the Scarface movie. Night is good, my friend. Just kind of kick back. I was doing some different things earlier. I was reading a few books and catching up with some old friends on Facebook, and decided, why not crack a beer open? It was just so funny that when I went to get a beer to do tonight, that happened to be the 1776 Stout, which made for a perfect day to take a look at this beer. So, and it is ever so tasty. In fact, I may drink the other one after this one. Might be going night-night. Vanessa, what is going on? Cheers, good to see you. Hopefully you're having a great Saturday night there as well. Saison DuPont. Oh, so Gilbert does have a nice little brew in front of him. I'm about due to drink some more farmhouse ales too. Some more Saisons. Alan says cheers to Eric, Vanessa, Hans, and Nina. And Independence Freedom 76. Yeah, I'm in a town that's called Independence, drinking a 1776 Stout. Doesn't get more 4th of July than that, I guess. It's a ragtime rye earlier. Nice. Toothache upper right. Oh no, toothache. Alan had a thing with tooth as well. That sucks. Toothaches definitely suck. You got to put that what is it, Oragel? Put that Oragel on it so it numbs it out. And then Gilbert said, cheers, Alan. He said, don't eat pickles when you have a toothache. No, you don't. You probably don't want to do that. Actually, a couple pickles earlier tonight. I ended up making some tuna for dinner. I don't know why. I just felt like I just wanted some tuna sandwiches. Tuna with a little tomato, onion. I put some spices in the tuna, and it was actually pretty tasty. I haven't had tuna probably in at least half a year or so. I got to get an appointment to have a broken tooth removed. Ouch. Yeah, tuna, Erie. I like a tuna sandwich once in a while. And he's no celery in the tuna. The tuna, it was tuna, and then I had the dressing. I put like pepper, garlic powder. I put some red pepper in there, and some oregano. And then I had like a slice of tomato and some onion on the bread with some Swiss cheese. And then I had a couple pickles as well with it. Tuna on toast is good. I do like tuna on toast, but I just actually use hamburger. I had some sesame hamburger buns I actually use. But I had the dill pickles, so not sliced but the pickles. I also told the first dentist to remove it, but when you have insurance, he decided to do a root canal. Damn idiot. Well, dentists sometimes, yeah, you gotta sometimes let them know. Yeah, just take it out. I think my wife had done that with one of their dentists before they went to do it. They're like, no, she said just take it out. He did, but she had to pretty much tell him that. I love tuna, so one thing I craved when I was pregnant. Well, I ain't pregnant. Tell you that, I ain't pregnant. Send a secure message to the VA dental office. Hopefully they tell me to come in Monday. Yeah, if you're ever in pain, hopefully they can get you right in there. Tuna melts. I don't think I've ever done a tuna melt. I'm not a fan of tuna helper, so I think that's why I've never done a tuna melt. But I eat cooked tuna. Like, I'll get tuna and I'll put it in the oven, I'll broil it or bake it or whatever it may be, or grill it. But I don't think I've ever done a tuna melt. I do like Frisco melts. I do like the Friscos. Nice cold Saisons and Belgian Blondes are my summertime beers for sure, sons. Good weather to enjoy those as well. Tried a pickle a few minutes ago. Ouchie. Well, I think with some of that juice, it could be maybe acidic if you got like a toothache or something. So I probably wouldn't want to do that. Can't wait for local tomatoes. Could eat a tomato sandwich. I know a lot of people that can eat like just tomatoes. I know people that eat tomatoes and just as a tomato. Like, you know, they get it, they rinse it off, and they just bite right into it. This one has a whole Let me see. Oops, I lost Vanessa's thing. Has a hole way low on the inside next to an adjacent tooth. Ouch. You know, I had the last tooth thing I had to get done. I had to get a tooth removed last year. They tried to see if they could keep it in there, but it ended up cracking. They thought, well, it had to be filled, but then they ended up cracking all the way down the middle. So I had to get that removed. That sucked. So, but it was like one way in the back, so it wasn't anything to worry about. So I think I had like, so you only have 32 teeth, right? 16 up, 16 down. So I still got 31. So not down to eating just mush as of yet. Grilled cheese tuna sandwich. Try it. Well, wouldn't that be a tuna melt, though? The same? Like if you're doing a cheese and a tuna, that's a grilled cheese tuna? Salmon patties? Have not had salmon patties, but we do have sometimes our seafood place at our Kroger, they do salmon burgers. I guess that would kind of be the same, right? So I actually thought about trying that at some point. If they come back out with them again here with the summer, I may pick up some of those and give them a shot. Tooth pain and bloody worse. I almost cut my own head off one time. Yeah. Nobody likes that tooth. Tooth is so sensitive having that tooth pain. The funny thing is, like, you know how some people go to the dentist and it kind of like freaks them out. Like, I'm pretty comfortable at the dentist. I've actually fallen asleep at times at the dentist while they're doing work, and they're like, how do you, I don't know. It doesn't really bother me as much unless I got like some type of super tight pain where it's like I said my tooth had cracked or something like that. I just like sit there and chill and let them do their work, and I'll end up dozing off sometimes. Dragon's Milk Stout. So that is the drink of the night. Well, good to see you drinking a Dragon's Milk. I think the last few times, Vanessa, you weren't able to drink anything while I was on. So cheers to you and the Dragon's Milk. That sounds good, Vanessa. Yeah. Let me see. Should have blackberry moonshine help the tooth for a moment? Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, alcohol can definitely numb it some, I guess. I know Alan has tooth pain. I was helping him a little bit yesterday, too. Toothache is the worst pain in the world. Yeah. Is a toothache worse than stubbing your toe in the middle of the night when you hit the bed or something by accident? That always sucks, too. Tuna on a Kaiser with Havarti cheese, Hellmann's, and Boston lettuce. I could do all of that, except I would be using Miracle Whip instead of Hellmann's. You know, I'm not a mayo guy. I'm just not a mayo guy that much. I'm just if I was in a pinch, I could eat Hellmann's. But if I have a chance to put Miracle Whip on it, I'm going Miracle Whip. But I like everything else there. Not the remove part. I guess all right. I figured you didn't mean that part. Ooh, shot of blackberry moonshine helps. There you go. Tuna and Swiss and cranberry sauce. That actually does sound pretty good. You know, as a kid, I wasn't a big fan of cranberry sauce like at Thanksgiving, but as I gotten older, I became a fan of it. I kind of think I missed some years as a kid not giving it a shot. See what happens when your little drill guy onto your steam rod, things go into food real quick. That's all right. I like food, so I'm all about that. And I think the thing, I put a thing out there today on something about the beers, but I think tomorrow I'm going to put a thing out there on the community tab about pairing some beers with food. Actually, you know what I did today? I did put one out there today about pairing beer and food. There's another one that I have as well, like with burgers and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to get that stuff put out there. Dentists don't bother me either anymore. Yeah, it's just like I go there and like it's like some people freak out. I go and I just chill. And at times I'll fall asleep in a dental chair. Raiden, what is going on, my friend? Good to see you. So I got all the supplies for pineapple bacon burgers and a bunch of extras, barbecue sauce and sriracha sauce and German smoked lager and Marzen tomorrow. Nice. So you're getting down tomorrow rather than today for the holiday. So all of that stuff sounds pretty damn good. I've never thought about pineapple and bacon burgers, though. I'm really intrigued to see how that goes down. I bet it's going to be as good as Vanessa's been telling me to try to do the bison and blue cheese. I'm putting that on the list as well with that, and I may have to try to pick that up this weekend. Drinking down the joys of being at work. Paul, B.A. Bruno's in the house. What is going on, brother? Yeah, Paul's unfortunately at the job today. So no off day for the holiday, my friend. This is one that, Paul, too, I think you would really like this one. This is the James E. Pepper 1776 Stout. And this is one that I picked up a few weeks ago. And yes, again, it was a Raw J deal. 12.5% ABV, but not that thin, right? Like, so Paul does not like thin beers. That one has more of a body on it, kind of similar to Oscar Blues and their 1050. So it's got more body, not really too thin. Miracle Whip really raw. We could totally be friends. Yeah, I'm more Miracle Whip than mayonnaise. I like the tang of it, whatever, with the Miracle Whip. That's just how I roll. That's what I prefer. Yeah, the tangy zip of Miracle Whip. See, Paul's there. Paul understands. He knows. He knows. Toothache was way worse than contractions and 2 C-sections LMAO. I'll do those again over a toothache. Wow. Homemade mayo sounds simple enough. That could be interesting, homemade mayo. I've been to some restaurants where they create their own mayo out of stuff they do. And I will say some of their stuff is tasty. They've also done stuff where they create their own ketchup, which is also pretty good. Not a cranberry person at all. Yeah, I mean, as younger, I wasn't as big into it, but now I like a little bit of cranberry. Like when I'm having like some pork loin, a little bit of cranberry sauce goes with it nicely. Northeast, total mayo guy here, son. Yeah, I mean, I grew up in the Northeast, right, Gil? I mean, I grew up in Jersey, so Hellman's is the king of the Northeast, so I know what you got with the Hellman's. It's just, I've always been just kind of that mayo, that Miracle Whip type guy over mayo. Like I said, I can eat the Hellman's. My mom loved Hellman's. Growing up, she kept Hellman's in the house pretty much, so I didn't really get Miracle Whip till later on, but push come to shove and I can make a choice, I'm just going to choose Miracle Whip. 4th of July is pretty solid, but Thanksgiving has the primo food. Yeah. Well, Thanksgiving is like a buffet of all kinds of stuff, right? That you have out there. You have such a cornucopia of foods available. Christmas is the same way. You have a ton of food. I mean, as a kid, I was also not a big fan of turkey. And yeah, you could say I was kind of a spoiled grandchild. I was the only grandchild. So my grandmother would make a ham and she would make a turkey just because I preferred ham to turkey. So yeah, I was kind of spoiled along those lines. But I had the ham with some of like the baked macaroni, maybe mashed potatoes, green beans, some of the yams with the marshmallows on top, you know what I'm saying? And then they would make cake and pies. So yeah, it was a good time growing up eating. We had a lot of food around. Toothache is not the worst pain. Docs kept asking me if the kidney stone pain was the worst pain ever. I repeatedly said no. After several times, instead I pulled up my sleeve and I showed my arm. Yeah. I know kidney stones are pretty painful as well. I've never had those, knock on wood. I had one of my buddies, he had them one time and he was in a lot of pain. Hot dogs today. I did not have hot dogs today. Actually, today it's kind of like it was just a Saturday for me for the most part. I had tuna for dinner. I got up this morning. I say I got up this morning, but it was really like 11:30 or 12. So I made breakfast. I had some bacon. I made some scrambled eggs, and then I had some cinnamon roll. So I had that all together with some coffee and orange juice. So I had that, and I had the tuna later on. So those are really my 2 meals. Usually if I'm busy during the course of the day, I'm not even usually hungry as much. I mean, I just eat when I eat at this point, so. They ended all talk of all worst pain ever. Yeah, I'm sure you had them beat for sure. Beer Man, what's going on, brother? Y'all know Beer Man. Check out Beer Man as well. Nice looking beer you reviewed, Rod. Great review. Cheers. Happy 4th. Cheers to you too, my friend. Good to have you swing by. And hopefully you're enjoying something nice too, Beer Man, out on the West Coast. Hopefully you're having a great Saturday out there. Yard's Tavern Spruce paired nicely with squirrel pot pie. I've never had squirrel. But I say that I never had squirrel, but I have a lot of friends from when I went to school in West Virginia that they've had squirrel because they hunt squirrel. I know West Virginia a lot. But I've never had squirrel, but that's interesting. I heard it's just kind of gamey, but people seem to like it. I think people like rabbit too, and I've never had rabbit as well. Can't link my Activision and PS account, so having to rebuild and COD sucks at. Oh wow, I didn't know they wouldn't let you link them together. Well, that does, but you got 2 accounts on there. Maybe you can do the new account, and you don't have to worry about jumping over claymores. No, I just had to get that in there for Blake. Haven't had a 4th off in 20 years. Well, hopefully it's nice and quiet, at least if you're working, where you're not getting bothered a lot. Mayo or brown mustard? Someone could die if mayo goes on a rye, mind you. Yes, I need to find that beer by the sounds of it. Yeah, this was the 2018 edition that I actually had, and I don't know if they're still making it, but they might be having them at different places. The place that made it was Georgetown Trading Company. They're out of Virginia, so you could be in their distribution, Paul, as well. James E. Pepper. They held the award for straight rye whiskey as well. I think that's the one you were telling me about, Gilbert, too. So they're pretty known, I guess. I never looked at their whiskey before, but I'll have to try to check them out. Take a whole pineapple, peel it, put a center and stuff with, carve out the center, stuff with pork, tenderloin, and wrap entire pineapple in bacon, put it smoke for a couple hours. That does sound good. That's a nice little recipe there. Cranberry sauce vodka shooters. I would have never thought about putting cranberry sauce into a vodka shooter. There's something there too. Ocean spray, Nina says. Keep your fruit. I'll take meat with meat. Bathed in gravy and blanket in cheese. Covered with meat. Paul's a total meat eater. LOL, I love ham and yams with marshmallows. Yeah, I love it with the yams with the marshmallow. Although I've had like baked sweet potatoes or yams, and I've done other stuff with them. I've actually diced them up and done like a mix. My wife likes when I do some roasting of potatoes. I do a mix sometimes of like a sweet potato with a regular russet potato and spice it up and put it in the oven. But yeah, you give me like a pan of those yams with the marshmallows and I'll go to work, son. A lot of people do ham too. Polish, totally. Yeah, I think if I had to choose between ham and turkey, I go ham. Now ham's a little more saltier. Turkey's probably a little more healthier for you, but for the flavor of it all, I'm just gonna go ham. Drink lots of hoppy beers to keep your kidney stones on the down low. I like your thinking, beer man. I like that research. Vanessa, I tried to eat, but no go. Try pickle just before showing up here. I choose barley. So you have no appetite right now, then, or it's just messing with you because of your toothache? Oh yeah, baby. Hello, a great day, Rod. Awesome. Make you some squirrel pot pie, brother. All right. I would try it. I'm not saying I wouldn't try it. I mean, it's just one of those things I've never had before, but I have a lot of friends that have tried it that grew up, like, not just West Virginia, here in Kentucky where I'm at, and some other spots where they've hunted squirrel, and, they talk about, like, it's not bad. But isn't really squirrel just a country rat when you think about it? It's the same rodent family, right? It's just got fur versus what a rat has. So why do people hate rats so much and they look at squirrels as being adorable? I don't know. Why does that happen? Vanessa, squirrel is yummy. And I had a friend who caught a squirrel and ate it. She said it was pretty good. Well, there you go. You definitely would have to know how to make it, I'm sure, to make sure you get the gaminess out of it. It's like deer. I've had deer that people have made venison and it's been terrible, and then you made it and it's great. So you got to know how to actually do that to cook it the right way for sure. Let me see. Rabbit is awesome. Vanessa says, excuse me. Beerman says, if you see one, please pick it up for me. I love the whiskey. I have it. It's very good. Okay. If I see it in the one, I'll see it. I might head back over there even tomorrow, depending if I got time. Because I was thinking about running out because a couple of beers I do want to pick up. Not that 100 and whatever 20 beers in the basement isn't enough right now. There are a couple beers I want to pick up, so I might make a run tomorrow, depending. Ham and turkey mix well. Oh, they mix well in my belly. I ended up later on liking turkey a little bit more, and so they both got together, and it was good. It was in harmony. Indeed, mouth hurts when I try to eat gotcha. So you might be like down to just try to get some soup or something in you. Yeah, I guess rat has fur too, but it's not as cute fur as like squirrels. Like like if people see a squirrel, they're like, oh, how adorable, or whatever, or they're kind of digging the squirrel. If people see a rat, they're like, it's a rat, get out of here. It's kind of just a different thing. But they got feelings too. Hey, what is going on, Dodgy? Cheers, good to see you. Hopefully you're having a great Saturday. Happy 4th. Drinking a little bit of 1776 Stout right now. On Saturdays, I do 2 French press coffee, half a pint of yogurt, glass of ice water, and a 20-minute ride on the throne. Pea meal and eggs on Sundays. Nice. You guys hear fireworks, by the way, behind me? I don't know if that's coming through in the microphone, but they're pretty damn loud. They're kind of going through a barrage right now, so it's getting a little crazy out there. Sleep fried works on many foods. Rabbit fur is much more useful. Yeah, people use rabbit fur for different stuff, right? Rat Fink, old school character right there. I do remember Rat Fink, and in fact, Rat Fink popped up on one of the episodes of American Pickers when they were finding some old cars, and one of them was Rat Fink. That didn't just age us, did it? It might have. Oh, deep fried. You say deep fried works on many foods. Yeah. There's a restaurant that was in New York that I saw one time on one of the food shows on Food Network, and they pretty much would deep fry anything. So people have done all kinds of deep fry stuff there. They said the one thing they ran into that didn't deep fry was like they did Skittles for somebody for something one time, and that didn't work. But outside of that, like they did deep fried hot. I always wondered what a deep fried hot dog would actually taste like. What they did down there, because you get the extra crunch of it being deep fried and everything. I do like a good hot dog. Mentality, rats, garbage plate, silver squirrels, woods nuts, fluffy. So they're just better eaters. They're just better eaters, right? Muskrats and beaver are very good too. Yeah, I've had friends that have done those as well. That have had muskrat or had beaver. But yeah, I mean, they're living off more of a nature versus the trash of the city and stuff like that. But it's just funny, just saying, rats might have feelings as well. Yeah, at some point I wouldn't mind actually going hunting. That's one thing I've actually never done that I would actually do as well, just to kind of have that experience of being able to go out and hunt. They said if most people were hunters, that more people would be vegetarians because people couldn't handle it. Deep fried hot dogs are fun. Texas has a place that lets you select how deeply fried you want it. Oh, nice. The way this is going this month here, I might be able to do my Toronto brewery vacation trip. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, hopefully you can pull that off and share some stuff about some of the Toronto breweries and stuff you're visiting again, Gilbert. I'm hoping you get a chance to go. I know you look forward to that every year. You can easily deep fry a hot dog. It's super fast, just like grilling. Yeah. Corn dogs, yum. I haven't had a corn dog in, I don't know, at least maybe a decade or so. It's been a long time since I've had a corn dog. But I did like them in the past when I've actually had them. Actually, it might have been, well, I've had them since I left college years ago, but it's been a long time since I had one. I don't go to a lot of the fairs as much. At the fairs, you can usually get corn dogs. I think one of the fast food restaurants was doing corn dogs. Maybe Sonic or something for a bit as well. But yeah, I haven't had a corn dog in ages. I did have a deep fried Twinkie years ago when I went to Vegas. That was pretty good. That was more with it than I thought was going to be with it, with the way they deep fried and the powder and all the stuff they put on it. If you ever get a chance to get a deep fried Twinkie, I would definitely say do it. I've forgotten to put things in the oven at work and deep fried it quick. Stuffed clams, instant. Was it just instant for the stuffed clams? Yeah, I thought about getting a deep fryer here. Growing up, my mom, she had a deep fryer. Like this was called the, it was like Fry Daddy or whatever it was called. But it was like one of those home deep fryers, and used to do a lot of deep frying on stuff like that and everything. Now, though, I use our air fryer a lot for stuff that we're doing. Obviously, the oven, the stove. But deep fryer would be good. I've just got the Foreman grill I use for some things. Deep fried batter, or I've had the deep fried Oreos too, and those are also good. I had those actually when I was out in Vegas. Very solid. Does deep frying a bad stop COVID? Asking for a friend. I don't think it really affects it. If it's in there, it's in there. Yeah, air fryers do rock. Commonly with the air fryer, I've done fries, but I've done wings. I love making the wings now in the air fryer. I've also done a steak in our air fryer that we had, which actually came out nicely. Onion rings we've done in the air fryer. Yeah, an Instant Pot is worthwhile. We've got an Instant Pot here. I just have never used it. We've had an Instant Pot here since probably about a year and a half or so, or maybe a year, and neither of us have used it. I have some dumplings that I was going to put into it, some steamed dumplings. I just haven't done that yet. At some point, I definitely need to take a look at working at. The new Ninja air fryer with the different levels looks pretty cool too. It's got like 2 or 3 different levels, so you can do different things. But we have the Ninjas here. We've got like the what's the other, the Vitamix? We have that here and some other stuff. We got so much shit here. We don't even use half the stuff that we got. Try instant pot ribs, finish in oven or grill. Okay, there's an idea. I do like some ribs. Actually, I haven't made ribs in a while. Yeah, my wife is now asking me about getting a grill back as well, so I think maybe getting a grill at some point here in the foreseeable future. Just don't know when yet, but it's just me getting off my butt and doing it. But I do miss not having a grill, so I think I will get one at some point here. The only question is, again, I'm still leaning towards gas, but all these guys have convinced me almost that it's better to go with charcoal. And I see a lot of the charcoal deals out there on stuff. And then watching like Leprechaun, he does like the Blackstone, so I'm still a little confused there on which one actually to look at getting. I like the Blackstone because he has that flat base, so you can do different stuff. But on a grill, you can get like a flat plate to put on there and do stuff as well. So just haven't decided yet. But I think there's something therapeutic in cooking as well. You can actually relax and just chill and do something. You know, it's kind of like you're away, it's just you and the food, you're preparing it, you have your own time there, you're in your own little world. See, Vanessa says buy one of each. That's always an option. Hans says better charcoal, gas has chemicals. Gilbert says charcoal all the way. Vanessa said wood smokers are very good. That's the other one, like a smoker. But I think Todd has the pellet smoker, so I'm not sure if that, I don't think that's using the wood as much. Propane is so easy, instant, right? That's the thing, Nina. When I had the last grill, it was propane. I still got some gas there in the basement. And it's like, it's just much easier than trying to wait for the charcoal. But is it worth giving up the taste for a little bit of the time, so to speak? But I'm thinking if you do the gas, you can also do other stuff to put into it to add flavor. There's like the wood chips, right? You can put in there as well. Weber gas grill is premium. Yeah. Weber does some good stuff. Now, Weber's mainly usually charcoal, but yeah, they have the gas stuff out there too. I don't know. I have to choose one or the other. Hans, I used to work at a propane company. It's better. Charcoal. Really? These are cute little ones. Yeah. Yeah. Weber and Traeger grill sons. Yeah. Gilbert's bigger than Weber and Traeger. Yeah. Like I said, every time we go places, people always got charcoal as well. It's kind of like, it's the option. What's going on, Emerson? Cheers. Good to see you. Hopefully you're having a great Saturday in the 4th here, my friend. Yes, you can get smoke from gas with metal box and wet wood chips. Right. So you can still try to add some of that flavor there, too. You know, one of the other shows I watch from time to time is that Man Food Fire that comes on. I think that's on the Cooking Network. And he's always like kind of out there doing a lot of stuff with fire, but just about all the stuff I've ever seen him do are dealing with charcoal type grills. It's one way or another. It's kind of like maybe that is the way to go. Smokers are very better naturally. All right. I have a Weber, brilliant. So Gilbert has the Weber, which he really likes. Yeah, so we'll see which one I decide. If I do get a grill though, then maybe I start doing some grilling videos here on the channel as well, or some beer and grilling type situations. Vertical smokers are my favorite to use. And if Vanessa, you have like charcoal for your stuff, or are you doing gas? I bet Vanessa's probably doing charcoal. That may be the way to go. Anybody got any big plans for Sunday tomorrow, or is it kind of just kicking back to chill before going back to work on Monday? Oh, so apparently now, because we don't have enough streaming services, we now have Disney Plus. Because my wife wanted to watch Hamilton, so she watched Hamilton earlier today, and she's like, "If you ever get tickets, Hamilton, I would love to go see it or whatever." I'm like, "But that's like a play." She's like, "Well, it's a musical," and I'm like, "That's even worse. Like, I don't want to go to." And she's like, she would love to see it because she loved the Disney Plus on it, and I'm like, well, you've seen it already. If you've already seen it, why do we need to go to the musical? You've already watched it. So now she's itching to go see it if it comes back after all this stuff clears up with COVID. Oh, but since we do have Disney Plus now, I may watch it just to see what all the hype is around it. Although I'm not a huge musical person. Emerson says, I have a blowtorch and a flamethrower. Can't commit to which I like better for burgers. Depends on how lazy I feel at the time. There you go. Vanessa says she uses gas or charcoal, so she can go either way with it. They had those vertical grills at the Lewis lunch in Connecticut. They say to ask for the bottom one. Huh. Vanessa said, watch The Mandalorian. Yeah, that's the one thing I thought about when we got it earlier today. Is that I can watch The Mandalorian now because I have Disney, and then I can watch the other, like the Marvel movies, like Captain Marvel's on there. So I am a Marvel fan, so in that regard, I can catch up on some of the movies I haven't seen from Marvel, which is nice. LOL, even worse, The Mandalorian is great. Yeah, right. I like West Side Story and Newsies from Nina. I'm not saying I hate all musical, but it's like I just don't. I'm not huge into I mean, as a kid, okay, I watched Grease. I really enjoyed Grease, and I watched that numerous times. But now, as an adult, it's kind of like, what was the one that came out years ago? Like, watching Moulin Rouge, and it was like, eh. My wife and them, she liked it. Our friends that saw it liked it. But I was kind of like, how much longer is left on the movie here? What's going on? So, I don't know. It's got to be something, I guess, great to catch me. But she said she thinks I may like Hamilton, so we'll see. I'll probably check it out at some point here. Starlight Express. I don't even know what that one is, Nina. See, Vanessa says Moulin Rouge was fun to watch. I don't know. I don't know. Just the whole musical thing, I guess. West Side Story is very good. West Side Story is one of those old school ones, too. So, like, West Side Story goes back with Grease, pretty much. Burlesque was a good one at the great one at the theater. I saw parts of Burlesque when we had it like on HBO or something like that. I can't say it was bad. It's just, I just struggle. Maybe I just struggle with musicals, or I struggle with plays sometimes, Maybe it's something with the attention span when I'm in those things. Let's see here. Well, I'm actually out of beer right now. Which I'm never out of beer. I've got more beer downstairs. I just haven't gone to get some. Juggalo, what is going on? Cheers, my friend. What is happening? It's been a while since we talked. Hopefully everything is going well, as also on your end. Hopefully you're having a great Saturday here with the 4th. I know you were going through some transition and stuff, so hopefully things are back on the up for you, brother. So did anybody else do anything today? Like, did anybody else go to any picnics, barbecues, fireworks? Did you have any July 4th type food? Like, did you have burgers, hot dogs, ribs, potato salad, macaroni salad? Did anybody do anything, or just were you kind of all chilling and having to lay low with the corona type stuff? Like, people were kind of like, we're not really going out today because of everything happening. You've been great, brother, by explaining my last. Oh, sorry to hear that, Juggalo. But hopefully there's some opportunities and stuff that start to open up here. You always got Lino, you ever want to talk or chat or something like that. You got people here. We can definitely make sure you're in good shape. I know Eclectic's always out there, Blake, everybody. So, anything that we can do to help there. Nina had peach cobbler. I guess peach cobbler is like a July 4th type meal, right? That's like a dessert for July 4th. Tater salad and pizza and beers. The night is young. There you go. Yeah. I actually had some potato salad in the fridge I forgot about. I didn't eat earlier. I might get a bowl of it later. But it's actually deviled egg potato salad. My wife had gotten it a while back, and I got it last time I went to the store last week. I forgot it was in there. But it's actually pretty good. If you like deviled eggs and you like potato salad, it's a perfect combination. Really tasty. And I'm a big deviled egg type fan. So, back in the day when I went to picnics or barbecues, I could crush some deviled eggs. Yeah, they are awesome. And depending on how they're made and stuff like that and everything. Like, I knew some people that make some spicy deviled eggs that were really good. I would definitely get down on those. The one thing that always seemed questionable whenever you went to a picnic or barbecue, though, was potato salad. Like, people were fickle about potato salad, and at some places, people needed to know who made the potato salad because people didn't trust everyone's potato salad when it came down to it, which is always kind of funny. Hard-boiled eggs are straight up good. Yeah, I can eat hard-boiled eggs. I actually like sometimes. I'll make those sometimes in the morning. And here we can get pre-packaged if we want hard-boiled eggs. I've done that before, or I'll just boil them myself. But yeah, just to get them open and cracked and put some salt and pepper on them and just enjoy them as well. I usually put hot sauce on my hard-boiled eggs too. I like spicy. I like to give it a little bit of a spice kick. So that's usually a tasty type thing. And then with eggs, there's also the thing that some restaurants have done. I don't know if you guys ever had candied bacon, but some places have candied bacon now, which is really tasty. If you're a bacon fan, my God, it's just incredible how they put the candied bacon together. That nice sweetness to it. You get that nice crisp feel of the bacon. It's like kiss from the gods or something. I can eat my weight in deviled eggs and pickled ones, yeah. I never had pickled eggs, EB. I never had the, I don't know how I never had pickled eggs, but deviled eggs, I can sit there. If somebody gave me a tray, like if I was in an eating competition and it was deviled eggs, I think I could challenge almost anybody in a deviled egg eating competition. I just love deviled eggs that much. Which I don't know if you saw earlier or not today. I didn't get a chance to see it, but I read it online that Joey Chestnut broke his record for the hot dog eating contest today. So I think it was like 69 or something hot dogs. He may have done like in 10 minutes or something. My wife cooks shrimp stew with hard-boiled eggs. It's the shit. Nice. I would get down on something like that for sure. Shrimp stew, I agree, EB, does sound awesome. That's like some New Orleans type thing right there. And for the girls that bacon, thumbs up. Oscar Mayer bacon. Yeah, so Oscar Mayer has this pre-cooked bacon. I've never tried it. Has anybody tried that out there before? I didn't. I see it there. It's kind of weird. Like, it's just pre-cooked. I guess you just microwave it or whatever. But I usually get mine. I usually grill it or bake it or fry it. But that was interesting. I haven't tried the pre-cooked bacon. Nina said my dad likes hard-boiled eggs and beet juice. I'm not a huge beet person. My wife's gotten into beets lately. She's like, you want to try some beets? I'm like, no. I don't want to try any beets. No, thank you. But it's interesting. I'm from the South, so it's the norm for most people. Yeah, I was going to say, that's definitely a Southern dish for sure, Mike. And I love some. I tell you what, when it comes to breakfast type stuff, too, you can't beat a good Southern breakfast compared to, like, I mean, I grew up in the North, and, you know, breakfast is breakfast, but when you get to the South, oh my God, biscuits, ham, the sausage, the bacon, the eggs, the grits, the potatoes. Oh my God, the breakfasts you eat in the South are totally different than in the North, and they're damn tasty. They're spiced, they're seasoned, they're done well. They're just done well. Not that people can't spice and season in the North, but it's just, you're in the South. It's like breakfast, like on a Sunday morning or a Saturday morning. It's like, it's an event. It's an event, and you're going in for a bit. You're not even trying to get out of there early. You're just trying to get everything in there, eat just enough of what you can so you can try everything that's at the table, because it's like a buffet laid out there. I love some Southern breakfast food. My dad likes hard-boiled eggs. I had that one there. And fresh is best, always. Heard they have buffalo sauce orange-colored eggs. Interesting. I have not heard that one. Hard-boiled eggs with maple and bacon. Just maple? I know Gilbert loves his maple. I mean, he's Canadian. They love the maple in Canada. You know what I'm saying? Hard pass on pre-cooked bacon. I don't know much about the pre-cooked bacon, although Nick, who does Maxwell Star's channel, he's a big fan of the pre-cooked bacon. I haven't tried it at all, but I've seen it, and I'm like, I get the regular bacon to do it myself, but it's just funny. Also full of cholesterol. Yeah, the cholesterol can definitely hit you. Give me Texas breakfast with gravy and tacos from New Mexico. Yeah, maple egg. And I will say, Gilbert, he had a picture on his Facebook of a breakfast, and I say the South, but in Canada is a whole different thing. Canada, they throw down in there too. So Gilbert had a picture of a breakfast there in Canada where it had like the sausage and the ham and the bacon and the eggs and the potato and everything all together too. So when I say the North, I'm not counting Canada, because Canada has a whole different level that they also go to on what they enjoy for breakfast. And I could eat that too, because I mean, you know, it all look good. Oscar Mayer regular bacon is the best. Oscar Mayer's alright. I think here we've got I know we got Smithfield, and there's another one that we have that does some really good hickory, but our food department, our meat area, they can actually have it sliced there. You can get as thick as you want too. If you're not going to a butcher, that's like the next best spot to actually hit. So, and they make like some different ones that are spice type bacons, which are really good. Poutine and beaver tails, eh? I've never had the beaver tails, but I do love some poutine. And if you snuck a beaver tail in there, I probably would eat that as well. So, never had beaver tail. It's interesting. We got like a few places here that do poutine, and one that is one of my favorites. They do a really nice job. As far as I know poutine as now, if I go to Canada, I might find out something different, but it's got the curds and all that kind of stuff that you're supposed to have with it, I believe. But you talk about a comfort food, especially when it's like fall or winter, you just want something to fill the belly and have it with a stout or something. You can't go wrong with a poutine. A poutine is right on point. Emerson said you had me at poutine, right? It's like fried dough, not an actual tail. Okay, all right, because I don't know, because like I said, people have eaten beaver, so they might eat beaver tail or something as well. But fried dough with the poutine, that would soak in nicely with the gravy, so that would be bad. A good breakfast should take an hour at least. Eggs, rye bread, ham steak, pea meal, jam. It goes on. Yeah, and I think on your picture, Gilbert, you also had like beans as well, which I do like baked beans or something like that with breakfast too. I know in England it's popular to have beans there on breakfast type meals, and it does work well with what you're having. So I saw that picture you posted, and I was like, that's my kind of meal right there. 3,000 calories later. I shouldn't have ate all that food, but hey, I was in the moment, so. But you can't live your whole life worrying about calories either. You gotta enjoy yourself, especially nowadays with the way things are going. You know, make sure you guys are enjoying yourself. Do something at least something once each day that you enjoy. So that's what it gets down to, so that you can actually have some enjoyment, because 2020 has been a crazy year, and it's just, I don't know what's going to happen next. I shared a picture earlier about this big bird that had like this giant fish or whatever they were showing in South Carolina, which was kind of a freaky type thing. I don't think it was a baby shark like people were thinking, but the fish was damn huge and the bird was damn huge. People identified the bird as an osprey, which I don't think a lot of people have actually seen before, because like the nickname for them is like a Seahawk, so most people didn't think Seahawks actually existed, but an osprey would be kind of like a Seahawk there, and that was kind of a crazy sight, seeing it fly over the beach. High Life beers are pretty good. Miller Lite rocks. Well, if you're drinking a High Life, that's just their regular Miller, not their Miller Lite. But you drink enough of them, they'll get to you. If you gave me a thing between a Miller High Life or like a Budweiser or like a Coors, I would choose Miller High Life. I think it's decent for an adjunct lager. The breakfast was an English full breakfast. It had a stain on the steak sauce. Nice. Hans said, have I ever had High Life from the High Life IPA, which is from Cigar City? Yeah, I've actually had the High Life, and it was okay. It was, I felt like it was not up to what I expected. A lot of people had that really rated higher than I thought it was. It was a good IPA, and I can see like a few years ago when it stood out, but in today's environment, it's just like another IPA for me. I actually like the Florida Man better, which is a double IPA, than a High Life. Are you doing a group chat thing tonight? Probably not tonight. I'm going to probably sign off here in a bit and jump on a little bit of the gaming on the gaming channel. But tomorrow, I meant to do it yesterday, but I got tied up doing other stuff. But tomorrow, I may try to do like a group chat during the afternoon or something and see if people may want to join. I'll do that on StreamYard. Right now, I'm on OBS, so it's just a single type screen that I have here. But yeah, I'm maybe try to do something tomorrow for the group chat, that if people are around, we can get some people in here and talk about different things. I got a few friends, not just here, but all over in the UK, that wanted to try to hook up at some point. So if I can do it in the afternoon, it works out great for them, because they're like 5 hours ahead of me. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Nina said, do I play Fortnite? I played it a few times on the PS4. I'm more Call of Duty now, but Fortnite is something I can definitely add to it to play. Are you on PS4, Nina? Are you playing some games on there? Let me know if you get on there. We can definitely look to connect and everything. Eclectic Beard that's here. You know, we play stuff on Call of Duty and do some different things there as well, but always looking for other PS4 players. If you had it years ago, the recipe was different, and I know craft beer companies alter their recipes a lot now. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have it a few years ago, because we just got Cigar City here towards the middle to the end of last year, I believe, in distribution. But I haven't heard anybody say that it changed. It's a good IPA. It's kind of like, I always talk about Newcastle Brown Ale. Newcastle Brown Ale is still a decent brown ale, but when you compare it against brown ales nowadays, it doesn't seem to hold up the same type of quality. And that's only because so many brown ales have done other things. So when you're into the game early and people aren't aware of you, a lot of times you'll have that at a higher level. And then when other beers come along doing different things, it may not be as high as before, because things have been updated or changed or whatever it may be. I think it's, like I said, I think it's decent as an IPA. It's just not one that I would rave about like some of the other people did. Montreal does a proper preference too. Heavy drinking does make that culture. Well, you gotta have something to soak it up in the morning, so yeah, that definitely does come into play. PC with Fortnite. Okay, can the PC cross? Can I cross platform? I think Call of Duty was the first one to cross platform. But I haven't put Fortnite on my PC, although I probably could, because I do have the PC that I'm on right now. But I don't know. Do you like Fortnite that much, Nina? I mean, I think it's a fun game, but I always feel like it's too cartoonish at points. But that's just me, I guess. Yes, they changed their craft beer a lot. I was better than before, or maybe my palate is saying. Well, people's palates do change, Hans. The thing is, your taste buds decrease as you become older. So as you're becoming older, you're losing different feelings towards stuff, and that's why things may change. For instance, I have friends that have had barley wines that didn't like barley wines when they were younger, and then later on they started to like barley wines. Well, if they've actually taken down some of their taste buds, now it's not as maybe sensitive to them as it was earlier. So that can make actually a difference as well. The Maybach beers, 8% rock your sock. I do like Maybachs. I like any type of Bock for the most part. Bock is probably my favorite style of lager that's out there. I enjoy a lot of Bock beers here in Cincinnati each year. We have a Bock Fest, although this year it got moved because of the Corona stuff. But I enjoy various Bock beers that take place. Been to Cigar City in Tampa. They have some good beers. Yeah, they do. And it is, like I said, it's nothing taken away from High Lie. It's just that versus other IPAs I've had. And again, remember, we're always subject to our own universe. So the more beers we have, and I've had a ton of beers, the more we expand. And so something that might have been great a year ago may not be a great one 2 years from now because you've had other stuff to put it against. And, Florida Man, a great double IPA I enjoy from them. The Medora Brown Ale is another great one I like. I like a good brown ale, and they nailed it with that one. The other one they're doing, the Gabanera, I've had that on draft. That was actually good. So they have some good beers. And again, to say High Life just doesn't rank for me up there doesn't mean it's a bad beer. It's still a good beer. Like if someone handed me a High Life or if it was on draft, I would still drink it. It was just, versus other ones I've had, it may not stack up as strongly. Fortnite is weird, but realistic is funky. I've only ever played the old school Counter-Strike. To compare, it's actually fun. No, it's a fun game. It's you got the shooting and the build and all that kind of stuff. And when we play like Call of Duty, it's kind of like that as well because we have Warzone, which you can put Warzone on your computer as well, Nina. That's actually free. And that's what we do, and it's pretty much like a survival type thing, but you can do it as teams and stuff like that. And it's more like a military type situation. There's nothing wrong with Fortnite. I enjoyed it. It's a great game. Play it once in a while, but there's just so many games that are out there. And for me, I like kind of more the military version versus that one. One you're just kind of focusing on just the first player shooting type action rather than that and the building and all that kind of stuff. So, PUBG, I have that as well. I've been playing that also on PlayStation, but you can do that on the computer too. And that's how Call of Duty is kind of like that one as well. So if you get Warzone, that's kind of like PUBG, but almost better because you have different stuff that you can do in that game. Let me see here. Han said, what happened? You quit beer for a while with the palate reset. I did it before your taste changed. If you take a break from drinking beer for a bit of time and give your mouth a rest, then you might have some different experiences when you come back to the beer because you've stopped doing it for a bit. So that can definitely happen. One thing, like when you're drinking beers when you're out, for instance, it's always good to have a glass of water in between beers to cleanse your palate as well. It's kind of like if you ever eat sushi. What some people I found that don't know about sushi is when you eat sushi, they give you the sushi, they give you the ginger, they give you the wasabi, right? You put the soy sauce with the wasabi. Well, that ginger, you're supposed to take a piece of that ginger in between each bite of sushi because that cleanses your palate. And some people just thought it was like a side dish or a garnish or whatever like that and everything. No, you take a bit of that after you eat a piece of sushi for when you try your next piece of sushi, so that way it's cleansed off your palate. And the same thing with beer, having a glass of water like that can help you to cleanse as you're going between the different beer styles. That's why a lot of times you want to do something like that or rinse your glass and stuff like that when you're at a beer festival so you're not picking up remnants from the other beer. NHL 2004, I love the NHL game. NHL has probably become more of a favorite game for me in sporting on the consoles rather than like Madden or even baseball. I like NHL. It's just a matter of playing it. And in fact, on the gaming channel with Nina, I have a gaming channel. It's Rod J Gaming as well. We just did a hockey game yesterday. Me and Booze Reviews, because we have a little bit of a rivalry. So we did that on the gaming channel where we played NHL 19. So yeah, I enjoy a lot of different video games. I enjoy some of the role-playing games. I know Alan's been telling me to get The Last of Us 2. He's really enjoying that. I've been doing the regular Last of Us. Earlier today, I was playing the Alien game that I have. And games are a nice way to release some tension and kick back and have some fun. Concept, never knew about the ginger thing. Yeah, that's one of the things with sushi. And the reason I knew about the ginger thing is one of my partners back in the day, he was actually Japanese. And we used to go out and have sushi, and he was the one that told me about it as well, like why they give you the ginger and everything. So, like if you get a California roll and you get a dragon roll, say for instance, after you have a bite of the California roll, have a piece of ginger, then do the next roll, and then that way you're keeping the fresh flavors in your mouth. Kind of an interesting little thing. Sorbet is served at super high-end restaurants between courses to cleanse the palate. Yeah, another thing too with sorbet, yeah. That's another thing that you come across for sure. But it's funny, you all got these little food tricks that take place for a lot of different things, and knowing how to enjoy the food just like enjoying the beer can make it that much more of a better experience. At least I think so. And I've had a lot of food in my life, so. Well, that being said, we're about to hit the 11 o'clock hour. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap down. I'm going to go ahead and probably do a little bit of gaming. So anybody that likes the gaming, I know Hans pops over once in a while. The Rod J Gaming is the channel for that. I'm going to probably hook in, see if EB is still there. I might play a little Warzone. Hans said he likes burgers and fries. Always enjoy a good burger and fries. Burger is like, someone had asked before, like, what is the one food that if you had to have for the rest of your life, what would it be? And I think I said burgers, because you can always have a good burger. There's always, like, if you know how to do it, you can always have a nice burger. And I think that's something I would probably choose. It used to be steak, but burgers, I think it might be burgers. So, ever since the Cheers Rod, have a good one. Have had the lemon natty daddy. Excuse me. I have not seen the lemon natty daddy. Now unless you're talking about the Natter Day, which is the lemon strawberry Natter Day from Natty Light, but if there's a lemon natty daddy, I have not seen that. Have you ended up having that, Nina? If I see it, maybe I'll try it then. I haven't done a natty daddy review in a while on the channel, and if they got a variant of it, maybe I'll give it a shot just for the shit and giggles of it. Yeah, I've had the 8% daddy. Not yet. Okay. Yeah, so the regular 8% Natty Daddy, I've done a review on that here on the channel in the past. But if it's something where it's something different, we haven't done a malt liquor thing here in a while, and that's one of the Beer Flow shows we've been talking about doing, the malt liquor show. So maybe we'll do something like that at some point as well. And Hans said, "Cheers, fools! I want fish." LOL. Fish is healthy for you. It's healthy for you. That being said, cheers, everybody. I look forward to catching you guys next time. Keep drinking those good craft beers. And remember, there's always time. Get your